What is going on, Lunatic Fringe? We are 5 days away from the Market Module Spaces, where we talk Market Module 2.0 and the revival of Terra Luna Classic. At least in my opinion, I think this is a big opportunity and a potential big move for the ecosystem. So I'm really excited about it. I will be on the panel, so if you have any questions, then there's going to be an opportunity for you to ask those questions. You can ask me, you can ask anybody else exactly what's going on with Market Module 2.0. And that, by the way, for those of you that don't understand, that was the binding process that burned Luna and burned Terra back in the old days. And what we're trying to do is bring that back to burn Luna Classic and USTC. And remember, we still have USTD sitting out there as a potential stable coin. So there could be a weird sort of triple-headed monster that we could be looking at instead of the USTC repeg. Now, what does that mean for price action? I'm not sure about that yet. And the reason is because there's something else that's been happening. We're getting to the point where we're really talking about USTC becoming a stable coin. And I'm going to show you what that is. And you guys, at some point, we're probably going to have to make a decision on what path we're going to follow, who we're going to be that day. Most likely not today, but it is coming up pretty soon. So make sure you hit the like button on the way in. And let's break it down. Before we get started, make sure you sign up at terracasino.io. Sign up, create a username. Make sure it's an easy username, by the way, if you're going to give it to me. But we're going to be giving some money away again, so make sure that you're signing up today for all your risk-based gaming needs, sports wagering, casino, whatever it is that you're looking for. terracasino.io has it for you. The link is in the description down below. In addition, let's say that you're just sitting around your house right now being, I don't know, awesome. Maybe just awesome. Then you come over to terraport.io. You come in, you click on degen mode, and then you type in believe. When you type in believe, boom, pops up right there, populates, and you can then trade your Luna Classic for believe tokens. Now, believe token is a meme token in this ecosystem, probably going to explode in price. How do I know that? Well, I don't know that, but it's named after me, so duh. Most likely going to get on a pretty nice run at some point. The market has not priced it in yet. And by that, I mean Luna Classic and everything that goes along with it. I'm not really talking. It's a fun thing for you to have. But the point to it all is, if you haven't already, go to terraport.finance for all your trading on Terra Luna Classic. Now, we're coming back over to the conversation we had the other day. Retrieve and deposit at least 1.5 million from Offchain Sources. Well, now the questions are starting to be asked. There it is. What are the Offchain Sources? That's vague. Can you please give more detail? That could literally be from anywhere. So we're certainly going to be interested in seeing what the answer is to that. And you can see that it was done yesterday. To this point, there is just nobody saying anything about it. Like, we haven't gotten a response right there. So I'm not really sure. But when you come down here, you've got the executive summary of what it is. Lawfully and transparently pursue over 1.5 million in off-chain assets that could potentially be proven to have belonged to the Terra Classic blockchain and its community. I got a feeling that some of this is I don't know what they're looking. All right. Why is the off-chain funding worth pursuing? Why the approach benefits the community? Doesn't tell me where any of this, okay? So I would be kind of interested in, and by the way, this is AI. We're getting calls to action, stuff like that. So, and I don't know where this is going to come from and how does it benefit? I mean, here's the thing. There are questions. Why does this benefit the community? If no money is recovered, the community loses nothing. The proposal co-signers cover upfront all admin. That's not a reason. Okay, so if the funds are successfully retrieved, the net proceeds go directly into a transparent recovery fund for the community's benefit. What is that? There's not a recovery. So I don't have any reason to think that this is a good proposal at all, because there's a recovery fund for what? Do you see what I'm saying? Now, and by the way, I don't say that naive to understand. There's a lot of people that lost a lot of money, including life savings for some people, by using Terra and putting all of their asset in there. So I understand that there's a need for that, but none of that is, we're 3 years removed from that process. So the potential upside is tremendous. Based upon preliminary legal scoping and early discussions with confidential sources, there is a highly credible chance of recovering at least 1.5 million in off-chain assets for the Terra Classic community, perhaps even more depending on interpretations. Even if only a portion of that is secured, it would mark a seismic shift in the economic health of the original chain's token holders. No, it wouldn't. I don't see that happening. By the way, let me come over here and let's talk about, you know, the price action right here with a fair dollar value of around 308 million. We add 1.5 million in circulating supply that's off the chain, or I think that the liquidity on Terra Luna Classic is somewhere in the neighborhood of $50 million. So this is a tiny, small amount, probably traded every single day. I don't see the value. If I'm missing that and somebody else knows there is a reason that I should be more excited about that than I am, let me know, because I don't understand how that's going to benefit. And by the way, I'm trying to take a more pragmatic approach to all I'm worried about is you. All I'm worried about is your bag pumping. I'm not worried about the mechanics and the conversations that people have where they try to manipulate you and put you in a position where you have to make that decision for yourself. Like, how do I figure out how this actually benefits the chain? And then somebody says, well, it's RWA. And you're like, oh yeah, it's RWA. That's going to be awesome. And you don't even know what RWA is. Like, I don't see a reason for this. I don't see any benefit. I don't see any reason that we should be in the process at all. So if I'm missing something, leave a comment down below. Tell me what I'm missing, because I don't see it. Now, volume down a little bit. Again, we expect to see volume decline a bit. Let me look at the price action here. We're looking at 56.40 right now. Not really a lot of movement on. Okay, we're just kind of ranging, but let me take a step back and let's do the same thing. Bitcoin doing the same thing. Bitcoin had a significant move several days ago, corresponding with our not as significant, but the same thing, move several days ago. Unfortunately, Bitcoin got caught in consolidation phase. When you look at the total market cap, consolidation phase going along with it. When you look at, take Bitcoin out of the mix, still consolidation phase. You got that little dip and you got the little rip that came right after it. And then when you look around, you're seeing the same thing. Everything is working in lockstep. Now, what I don't like is, you see, that's a significant recovery right there. That was a move of, what is this percentage right here? About 12%. When we look at Luna Classic, I don't think that we got really a 12% pump off of that. So we're a little bit behind when it comes down to it. Actually, we got about a 17% pump. We're better. It just doesn't look that way on this chart. So forgive me. So here's what I think is going on. We're hovering too far away from the 200 MA. And I know that I keep hyping this, but that's the bullish indicator right there. We have got to break above that 200 MA in order to really have a successful chance of breaking out. People are looking at it. Look, when you're looking at it and you're somebody like me, one of the first things that you're looking at is going to be that 200 MA. Are we bullish or are we bearish? Plain and simple, that just answers that question. And you can see how much we've come down. Now, when it comes down like this, what you're generally looking at and what it should look like is something like this. And then we're going to get closer and closer and closer. And then we're going to start, it's going to start going sideways like this. And then, of course, as price appreciates a little bit, you're going to cross over. When you cross over, then it starts to go back up. And now you're back on bullish momentum. And that doesn't mean that we're going to break out, but it does mean that price action has moved back to the positive. The other thing that you're looking for would be a move like that would cause the 50 to cross over here. Again, just a bullish indicator, but it all comes together. And one hand washes the other, if you will. It all happens. It's about getting over that 200 MA. Remember, the last time we did a golden cross, this happened. Okay, that's the golden cross that we got. The last time we got a golden cross before that, just absolute breakouts. Okay, so it does and is indicative of a massive move. And when we look at it, let's zoom out here and just kind of look at it. And guess what? When you see those kind of moves, they are significant. So we should see a rally happening. That's what I'm looking for. And we're getting closer to that moment. It's all converging. I mean, if you zoom out and you look at this downward trend, a little sideways action, a little upward momentum, downward trend, little sideways action, upward momentum, and then boom, the crossover, and then we have an explosive move. Well, we're getting the same thing happening over here. So we should, and I would suspect, see something happening. And by the way, remember that market module, all these conversations that we're having right now, probably going to help this tremendously. So it's going to be interesting times over the next bunch of days. So I'm watching this with bated breath. I do think that we've got a move in the pipeline. It's just a matter of, look, if you listen to me, you're going to understand that something is coming. If you listen to the people in the comment section, then you're going to understand that they're kind of like they got an extra chromosome, not the Elon chromosome that makes you good at math, but the weird one that makes your face look weird. And people go, oh, is he going to go on that dating show? You know what I'm talking about? You get it. Anyway, I think that we are ready for something to happen. So we'll see what goes on. We'll keep you posted. Next, we had almost no burns yesterday. One of the worst days that you can possibly see. Only 10 million burned, 561 million over the last 7 days. We got to do a lot more, and that's going to be it. That's the show for today. Guys, it's very simple here. I don't see any value in that 1.5 million. I do see some value in just giving yourself a little bit more time to hold. Listen, if this is not the risk for you and you can't take the heat and all you got is crying and bitching and moaning or something like that, maybe this is not the investment for you, and that's okay. What is not okay is just coming in here and crying because you sound like a baby. And we're not saying, oh, well, this guy really is speaking his mind and he's really talking. No, we're looking at you like you got an extra chromosome. We're looking at you like you're like, yeah. I think that no unicorns are ever going to go up because it not go up, it go down. We think that you talk like that. That's the way you sound in our heads, okay? Anyway, 5 days away, and we'll talk to you very, very soon. We got an update coming for you tomorrow. There's a lot going on. We're going to keep covering it. It's not financial advice, but I'm